This is an invitation for a memorial service for Jake held at Chris's.
Why would Chris hold a memorial service for Jake? They weren't even friends.
Putting it mildly.
The last time I saw them together, they were arguing.
What do you think Chris is up to, huh?
What does Chris think he can get out of giving a memorial for Jake?
I'll find out.
You can't possibly be going.
Well, Ellen doesn't want to put up with any more Ramsey's games. But I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Can't I do something nice without everybody assuming that I'm working an angle?
No, you can't, because you always are, and we know it. Case in point, last night we go out to celebrate, and you put the moves on me.
Oh, come on. You put your head on my shoulder. I didn't want to insult you by refusing such a blatant invitation.
Oh, if you thought that was an invitation, you really need to get out more. All right, so what's with this memorial anyway?
All right. Truth is, I bought a ton of party stuff to celebrate my winning the Quartermain. Can't return it, so I figured why let it go to waste.
Well, you could have a party for me.
But you didn't put out.
Oh, you're all heart, Ramsey.
Thank you. Anyway, I figured more people would show up if I threw a memorial for Jake rather than a party for either one of us.
Honestly, Gail, I felt like there was light at the end of the tunnel when I thought that the murders had been solved. But now that the police tell me that Jake was never even involved in the first place, I feel like the tunnel's about to cave in on me.
Well, these crimes are horrific, Kevin, but you can't blame yourself. Look, I want you to think of the possibility that maybe you are confusing your feelings about these murders with your guilt over Victor's mistress's death on Jasmine Island.
I have considered that. And you may be right. And I am trying to process what happened back then. Victor told me that Ryan and I murdered that woman when I was 4. And I have the partial memories to substantiate it. Maybe it's time I finally do something about it.
Like what?
I've decided to tell the police that I'm responsible.
Do you want my opinion about going to the authorities?
I could use your input, yeah.
It's premature.
How long do I have to wait?
Kevin, we aren't even sure what happened at that picnic. All we know is a woman died. And we pieced together some of the puzzle, but it was 30 years ago. You were 4 years old. You hardly remember anything. And going to the police isn't going to clarify any of those issues any further.
I could give the victim's family some closure.
You might open up old wounds without resolving anything.
Victor's story, coupled with my memories, make a pretty convincing picture of what happened, Gail.
For heaven's sakes, Kevin, yours and Victor's memories are all jumbled, and you know that.
What if I just accept the fact that I committed this murder? Accept it. Deal with it. And maybe I can find some peace in my life.
Why are you so anxious to admit that you're capable
Because
of
it's
killing?
not much of a stretch to get there. I have it in me.
Kevin, I know you have this fear of a genetic predisposition to violence, but I have never, ever seen any manifestation of it. In fact, quite to the contrary.
I'll give it your best shot.
You know as well as I do that serial killers have no conscience. They have no remorse for the crimes that they have committed. Their focus is on gratification, and that's why they continue to kill and kill. That's all they care about. But look at you. I mean, you are just swimming in guilt over something that you may have done when you were a 4-year-old child.
So I'm neurotic, but not a serial killer?
You tell me. Kevin, do you sympathize with the people that have been hurt, or does their suffering just leave you cold?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't care.
Exactly.
So this guy cut me off, right? And there is no way that I am going to take treatment like that. So I followed him into town. And he went inside this hardware store. And I got out of my truck, grabbed a crowbar, and I smashed in his taillights.
Frank, that is the dumbest thing I've
He
ever heard.
deserved it. I also hammered a few dents in his doors for the kicks. And when this guy walked out of the store and saw his car beat to shreds, I swear to you, I thought he was going to cry.
Have you ever heard of road rage? You can get yourself blown away picking fights like that, Frank.
I can handle myself.
Oh, you know, I keep on forgetting you're Superman. Let me guess, you just shot up the DL-56.
I didn't even have my regular dose. I ran out.
You know, I can still tell you had some. I can always tell.
Drop it. I have everything under control.
You call bashing in some stranger's taillights being under control?
This doesn't concern you, Lark. I don't need you to steal the DL-56 for me anymore. I've got a guy making it now.
If I can read all the symptoms, how long until Joe figures it out?
That can't happen. If Joe finds out, he'll cut me off, and I could die. DL-56 is keeping me alive.
Joe would never let you die, Frank.
It's my body. I am the one who knows what I need.
You know, but what if the doses you're taking are damaging your body? You know, maybe you could quit for a while and see what happens.
I tried that.
Oh, for only 2 days? Frank, please, be honest with yourself. You take that drug because you like the way it makes you feel.
Yeah, alive. My heart beating in my chest. I have grown fond of that feeling.
You know, so get yourself admitted and have Joe take care of you.
My heart is damaged. If I come off this drug, it could stop beating permanently, and there is nothing that Joe or Karen can do about that. I'm staying on it.
I'll tell you something. You may have to hold me back from smashing Chris's teeth in when he sits and acts like he actually gave a damn about Jake.
I know, but this is not about Chris, okay? This is about Jake. He's our friend, and he deserves to be remembered by someone who cares about him, right?
Yeah? Which Chris did not?
But we did. And it doesn't matter where we have a memorial. It just matters that we have one that we honor Jake.
You're right. As always. But understand something. I'm not staying here long. Because Jake or no Jake, I've had enough of Chris Ramsey.
Julie, I remembered you were a teetotaler, so here's some sparkling cider for you.
Oh, forget that. Today is different. Bring on the champagne.
Really? Since when?
Since I grew up.
You've grown older and more cynical. What an attractive combination.
You know, better make sure he didn't add anything to that glass, Julie. You've already been slipped one, Mickey.
I'm careful. Oh, I let down my guard for a while when we thought Jake was the killer, but I've regained my senses. I don't trust anyone anymore. Why do you look at me when you say that? Yes.
Joe, Karen, thanks for coming.
We are here for Jake.
Well, we're all here for Jake. Hey, how's Serena?
Well, she's still waiting for a corneal transplant, but thanks for asking. I brought a CD. Jake always used to listen to that when we were in the lab, so I thought we could play it.
Oh, that's a great idea. Please, come in.
Hey, guys.
Hey, join the party.
Congratulations on the quartermate.
Yeah, I second that. You know, it's so nice to see somebody get it who really deserves it.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks.
So we're all here, I guess. It was a year ago that Jake and Danielle were celebrating their engagement party at the recovery room.
Yeah, Danielle was on cloud 9.
Yeah,
It's hard to believe that within a year they'd both be gone.
Grace, too.
It just goes to show the way the world is today, you can't count on anything.
Except your friends.
Oh, come on, Chris. Your definition of friend is someone who can cover your cases while you go hit on a nurse.
Well, if that's the worst you can say about me, I must be a pretty decent guy.
Well, I can think of a few other things.
Wow, wow. The town crier, ladies and gentlemen. Got more to say, don't you? What a shock. Here's a news flash for you. I'm not a murderer.
All right, all right. So now that we know Jake didn't do it, who did? Well, we might as well say what we're all thinking. Could be one of us. The murderer could be in this room right now, enjoying their handiwork, getting a kick out of our somber faces.
Okay, I'm here. The party can start now.
Oh, look, it's the new daddy. Everybody break out the cigars. Hey, Frank, here's to you. May your sweet baby girl not give you too many gray hairs.
Well, thank you for the toast, Julie, but you don't have to worry about it because I'll be a better dad than you ever had.
Champagne, Frank? Looks like you could use a little loosening up.
Thank you.
Sorry, sweetheart, none for you. You're underage, remember? There's milk in the fridge.
I'd like to propose another toast. To all of us, to the finest collection of misfits with medical talent ever. And to Lark, who's still trying to discover her talent. Don't start with me, Julie.
Ignore her.
Oh, and to Chris, who won the Quartermain but then lost it because of his dirty tricks.
At least I was a serious contender.
And Matt, who tried to win the Q the old-fashioned way by sleeping with the boss.
You know you're embarrassing yourself, Julie.
Yeah, Julie, don't you think you've had a little too much?
Yes. Yeah, I've had way too much of all of you. Oh, and to Karen, whose selfless research into nerve regeneration may just make her filthy rich. Of course, if a zillion rats die and Jake croaks along the way, oh well, accidents
You know
do
what,
happen.
Julie? It's a hell of a lot better than becoming a doctor to fill some old Electra complex.
Don't take it personally, guys. It's me she's angry at.
Oh, get over yourself, Frank. I sure did.
You know, Julie, I think you could use a new man. When you were with me, you didn't yak so much.
You sure know how to throw interesting parties.
Party? I thought this was a memorial.
Hey, why don't we remember Jake by playing a little game? Let's play Who's the Killer, and no one leaves until it's over.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, lock us in?
This I've got to see.
Well, my bet is the first person who can't handle it and breaks for the door is the general homicide killer.
Come on, Jules. Everybody knows it was Colonel Mustard in the library with the lead pipe.
Really? Or was it you in the wings with a good, quick karate chop to the base of the neck?
Oh, she is losing it, and I do not want to watch.
Oh, Eve's starting to squirm already? Hey, by the way, congratulations on catching the Quartermain after it bounced off Chris. It's too bad you didn't get to make a speech at the nurses' ball. Ooh, that would have been a doozy. I'd like to thank Bennett Devlin for boinking me and jump-starting my career, and all the other countless dads out there who helped fund my education. You malicious, spoiled brat. Oh, blowing so soon? Oh, at this rate, she'll never make it to the end of the game without killing someone.
Come on, Kevin, we'll be nice stores, just like in the circus. No, Ryan! Hurry, Kevin, hurry! Come back, Ryan! You go first, Kevin. I don't want to, Ryan. Do it, Kevin. You've got to protect Mom. Mom hates her. Mom hates her!
Yo, Kev, wait up. You can run, but not from me. Ryan?
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm getting stronger all the time. Now I can turn up anytime, anywhere. Isn't it great when brothers can hang out like this?
What do you want?
To tell you a secret. You're getting warmer. Warmer. Pretty soon, you're gonna get it.
Get what?
Oh, you're smart. You'll figure it out.
Dr. Collins. Kevin. Kevin.
Yes. I'm sorry. What is it?
Well, I was just wondering if you could give me a lift to Jake's memorial. It's this afternoon at Dr. Ramsey's. You don't remember?
Oh, right. Actually, I was going to go, but I really have a few things I need to do first.
Okay, well, maybe I'll get somebody else to take me. I wanted to go when I had a break. My car's on the fritz, so...
You're having car trouble?
Mm-hmm. The transmission. Or the alternator, or then again, maybe the electrical...
Cassandra, wait. No, your character in my book has car trouble before she gets killed.
No. I've been having car trouble for weeks. The only person in danger is the jerk that sold it to me.
Well, if you'd like to go to the memorial, I'll drive you there myself.
It's all right. You don't have to.
No. I'd be happy to, and I'd feel a lot better if I did.
Well, thank you, and I accept.
Shall we?
No.
Bye-bye, brother.
Refreshing. What a fabulous way to cool off.
There's more where that came from. If you don't keep your mouth shut.
What's the matter? You don't like my game? Don't you want to find out the killer?
Why don't we leave that to the police? We're here to remember Jake.
Yeah, and what better way than to finally get him some justice? The killer could be right here in this room. I mean, perhaps it's Frank's sweet baby brother. Joe's such a hothead, he could have stabbed my father in a fit of rage because dear old dad stole research from Karen.
Wrong. You know, you shouldn't give up your day job, Julie, because detective work is certainly not your strong suit.
Oh, come on, Joe. We've all seen how you blow over late lab tests and techie errors. Imagine what Sir Galahad would do for his true
You know
love.
what, Julie? There's so many holes in that story that you could fit Ramsey's ego through it.
You were also there when I was drugged.
Yeah, she's got a point. Joe also had access to Eve's medical bag. He could have planted the morphine up.
Yeah, Chris is getting in this.
You know what,
swing of
Ramsey? You have
things.
no right to accuse anybody of anything.
Relax, Joe. It's just a game.
You know what? This is ridiculous.
You're not the only one with motive here, Joe. My father had Eve booted out of the intern program. How much did you hate him, Eve?
More than you could imagine. But I had a better way at getting back at him. Such as suing him for sexual harassment. I wouldn't let your father screw up my life. He wasn't worth it.
And Julie, you forget, Eve was with me when your father was killed.
Oh, and we really believe that one, too. Now, how exactly do you explain away the attack on Lucy Coe? I mean, you were in charge of her wardrobe the night that she was nearly suffocated by her dress.
You know what? I bet we could all kill Julie. As long as we swore a vow of secrecy, we'd never get caught.
I'm pushing a few buttons. Let's see if I can find any more. You know, maybe it was Lark who poisoned me. Rejection kind of freaks you out, doesn't it?
You leave me alone.
Isn't that what Jake said to you?
You know, you act like you're better than everybody else, but you're not. You're mean, you're jealous, and you tried to kick me out of the only decent home I ever had.
Well, cheer up. You're back in. And now you're even being adopted. You must be beside yourself. Frank, careful that she doesn't knock you off in the middle of the night.
Let's shine the spotlight on you, Julie. A woman as sweet and lovely as yourself couldn't possibly get carried away in a fit of rage. Oh, no. So why were your fingerprints found on your father's murder weapon? And why did Victor Collins ID you in Grace's murder?
What a pedestrian interpretation of events.
You don't like your game so much now, do you, sweet cheeks?
Your theory has about as many holes as Swiss cheese. My fingerprints on the weapon only proves the killer wore gloves, and Victor Collins is as mad as a hatter.
You know, my bet is on Chris. I mean, there's more evidence against him than there is against Julie. That note to Lark was written on your notebook, and Chris's stethoscope was used to kill Grace. And you were seen arguing with Jake the night he was killed, so what were you guys fighting about?
We had a disagreement.
Oh.
Wouldn't hang him from the rafters for it.
You are all crazy. All right, Jake is dead, and you're practically dancing and drinking on his grave. He was too nice to be a part of anything this sick.
Lark is right. This is sick, Julie.
You know what? Actually, Karen and I are both the killers, so you can go ahead and call Garcia and tell him that we said so, okay?
Come on, Joe. Hey, where you going?
if I don't leave here soon, I'm gonna start busting every one of these heads.
Okay, fine. Come on, man. We'll tag team him.
I'm out of here, Frank.
You're right. I was wrong. That was a nightmare.
Yeah, well, who knew Julie was gonna flip out like that?
I don't know. Let's just go home.
All right, your place or mine?
Mine. I just want you to wrap your arms around me and make me forget all of that, okay?
Can do that.
Tonight, did the U.S. government look the other way and let tons of drugs hit the streets? A primetime live investigation, ABC Tonight. Should Kevin admit to murder? Take the Port Charles Daily Poll only at abc.com.